Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever been treated unfairly by a big company, and told yourself, there's no point fighting this, they're too powerful? Yeah. That exact thought almost stopped one man from changing his life forever. This story is about Alexei Ramirez, a warehouse worker who never planned on suing anyone, never imagined himself in court, and definitely never thought he'd win millions. It started like any other job. Long shifts. Tight deadlines. Heavy lifting. Alexei worked for a large logistics company, the kind that moves thousands of packages a day and doesn't really notice individual workers. Over time, the conditions got worse. Unpaid overtime. Mandatory extra shifts without proper compensation. Breaks skipped. Safety issues ignored. At first, Alexei did what most people do. He complained quietly. Then he stopped complaining. Because complaining didn't change anything, it just made him look replaceable. One day, after collapsing from exhaustion at work, he was taken to a hospital. The doctor asked a simple question. How many hours are you working a week? Alexei answered honestly. The doctor paused and said, "That's not legal." That sentence stuck with him. Weeks later, Alexei talked to a labor attorney. No confidence. No expectations. Just facts. The lawyer listened. Then leaned back and said, "You're not the only one. This is bigger than you think." What Alexei didn't know was that dozens of employees had experienced the same thing, but nobody wanted to be the first to speak up. So Alexei became that person. The lawsuit started small. One worker. One claim. Then another worker joined. Then 5. Then 20. Eventually, it turned into a class action lawsuit against a multi-million-dollar corporation. The company fought back hard. Top lawyers. Delays. Paperwork meant to exhaust everyone involved. At one point, Alexei almost quit. He needed money. He needed stability. The case dragged on for years. But then, the company made a move. They offered a settlement. Not public. Not announced. Quiet. The final agreement totaled $4.75 million, to be distributed among the affected workers. Alexei's share? Just over $300,000 after legal fees. $300,000. For someone who had lived paycheck to paycheck, it didn't feel real. He checked his bank app constantly, convinced it would disappear. He paid off debt. Moved his family into a safer neighborhood. Started a small business he'd always talked about but never believed he could afford. And here's what really hits: Alexei didn't win because he was powerful. He won because he spoke up first. And if you're still listening right now, hit subscribe, tap like, and drop a comment, because stories like this don't get told enough, and they matter more than people think. This wasn't luck. This wasn't gambling. This was standing up when silence felt easier. Sometimes money doesn't come from finding something. Sometimes it comes from refusing to be ignored.